What is up, my YouTube friends? Welcome back to Questions from the Truck. This is number 33. Hope you all had a good week. Did some work on your layout, did some rail fanning, I don't know. Enjoyed yourselves. Because this crazy world, you need to enjoy yourself sometimes. Today I'm enjoying myself. As always, I thank you for your questions. I thank you for helping find the answers to some of these questions. And as always, I will put the full question in the description below, as well as links to everyone's channels. And if you're not subscribed to them, go over, check their channels out, and give them a subscribe. It will be greatly appreciated, I'm sure. So, let's start the show. My first question is from Mark Arnold. Hey, Mark, hope you're doing well, my friend. Good to hear from you. Mark wants to know, what are the vertical and horizontal yellow dash lines on boxcars, tankers, and gondolas? Mark, they are part of the government and FRA, Federal Railroad Association, part of their safety mandate that I think it was in 2005, that they mandated that they put this reflective yellow tape on all rail cars and locomotives. It helps be visible at night and on railroad crossings. I guess it's part of Operation Lifesaver too. There were a lot of rules that they implemented for that railroads had to implement by a certain date, and that was one of them. So it's just a safety thing. It's reflective, glows in the dark when lights hit it. That's all it is, man. And everything has it. Locomotives have it, and all train cars. Thanks for your question, Mark. My next question is from my buddy Wilmer, Indian Head Valley Railroad. Wilmer wants to know, what's the biggest challenge in building your layout? And don't talk about money. It's not about money. It's about, for me, you guys let us know too. What's your biggest challenge in building your layout? For me, coming up with a track plan. That's what it is right now. It's like, I don't, as much as I rail fan, I just rail fan, right? I understand the railroad. I don't understand movement, okay? So making a track plan that makes, sense and is like the biggest challenge right now. Rick Bailey's helping me, but yeah, it's like, man, I think I would rather wire a layout. I don't mind wiring. I like solder and stuff. I think I would rather, not that my layout's huge, but I would rather do that than figure out a track plan. And I'm sure my next challenge will be that laying track. I don't know, man, but so far that's my biggest one. What's yours? Let us know. Mystic Southern Railway, he wants to know, why does foreign power happen on railroads? So here's what I understand it as. Some people say they're leased units, but they are time leased units. So what happens is, say a train originates in Canada somewhere, or in New York where CP is, or Canadian National, and that train originates there, comes south or west or east or out of its territory, normal territory. So what they do is they would take that engine, say it comes into CSX, like what happened just recently. CSX will take that power and run that power. Now they'll either use it or they'll tow it. And I don't know exactly how it works, but I'm kind of understanding and guessing that it's 1 for 1. You know, you use my engine for X amount of hours, I use your engine for X amount of hours. You tow my engine back here, I tow your engine so many miles too. So it's kind of like a barter, you know. So that's why you see this foreign power. You know, the train's originating somewhere. So like I said, the train is originating somewhere. Instead of cutting that power off, it continues on, and eventually it'll wind its way back to that railroad's trackage and territory. And some of them are probably leased, but I think the barter thing is what's popular now. I don't know this for sure. Some railroads may be different, but I know that's what it's like on CSX. Thanks for your question, man. My next question, oh man, Humanity Junction, Heath over there, he wants to know, will my layout be rail fanning or operations? It's going to be both. I want to do a little, you know, I want to watch trains run around, and I want to do some switching, you know. So it's going to be both. I mean, operations ain't going to be that big. But yeah, that's what I plan on doing with that. I have some more questions, but I really need to think about Ian's question to me. I'm going to have to get back to you, man. That's probably going to be a couple days. Because right now it's Wednesday and I am filming this. And, man, I'm going to have to think about that. We'll be back, Ian. My next question is from Trainspotter Vasiliy. I think that's how you pronounce it. And he posted a question over in my reminder video 32. And I thought it was a pretty good question, so I want to answer it the best that I can. He wants to know, how does the train activate the signals? So I am standing in my favorite spot. Let me flip you around slowly. There's the signals. That road crossing is called an island, okay? In train talk, it's an island. Flip you back to me. So say if a westbound train, I am facing westbound now, west is that way for the railroad, there is an eastbound approach. And what the train does, the tracks are wired, okay? So basically it happens just like your layout, you know? You can't get electrocuted or anything. I don't know what the voltage is, but the train creates this circuit, okay? And once the train crosses into that eastbound approach, traveling westbound, it short circuits that signal, okay? Shunting is what it's called. And thus, the signals come down. And as long as any part of that train is in that block of circuit, there is a, like, there's an eastbound approach and there's a westbound approach. And the westbound approach, once the train clears that westbound approach, the signals deactivate and go up. So as long as that train remains in that little block, the signals will activate. And that's basically it, man. That's how they work. Thanks for asking your question. My next question is from IsThisSteph. I think that's how he pronounces his channel. He's got an old HO layout, DC power controller, power pack, whatever you want to call it. And he got a DCC engine as a present. Can he run that DCC engine on his DC layout? Let him know below in the comments. I don't think he can, but I think it will work, but I don't think it's good for it. Or maybe it's the other way around. DCC locomotives don't run well on DC. I don't know. You guys answer his question in the comments below. And then his other question is, what is the 3 rails for on O scale or O gauge? I don't know. You guys that have 3 rails. I think that middle rail gets power, but I'm not sure. You guys let him know below. Thanks, man, for your question. The next question is from Lehigh River Subdivision, Ian. Ian wants to know, if I could rail fan anywhere, what era would it be and where would it be? 1940s and Philadelphia. Only because it just because I live here, and it just would interest me to be an adult at that time and seeing, if I could go back just for a couple days, that's where I would go, just to see the age of steam in Philadelphia, especially at Baldwin Locomotive Works. Man, I would have loved to have seen that, man. Just all those steam engines. I saw a picture recently, and of lines of locomotives just lined up at Baldwin plant in Eddystone. I would have loved to have been around for that. Yeah, thanks for that question. My next question is from Corey Clucan. Hey, Corey's got a cool channel. You guys should go check him out. He's got some really nice weathering tips. You guys all got cool channels, but he has really low sub count. Go check him out. He wants to know of me and you guys, because I can't answer this. The quirkiest non-railroad scenery that you either had or plan to include in the future. Dude, I'm nothing. Got nothing for you. Yeah, I got nothing for you, man. That is the furthest thing from my mind. Something quirky on my layout. But you guys let them know in the comments below. What's your quirkiest thing on your layout? Thanks, everybody, for your questions. Be well, be blessed. Until 2 weeks for a reminder video. See it!